How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be installing lowering springs on the Project Saab. These are supposed to lower the car about 35 millimeters, which is a little bit less than 1.5 inches. We recently have been doing a ton of work to this car. We've done new brakes all around. We've done aero front lip, a Swedish license plate, fog lights. We put an ICM2 in, which you'll see in a future video, and then we also put new wheels on it. If you've fallen behind on Project Saab videos, I'd highly recommend checking out the playlist that this video is a part of to catch up, because there's a lot of cool and fun stuff going on with the car right now. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the install. I have a buddy, Richard, who's going to be coming over. He's going to be helping us out with this, and yeah, so I just want to give him a shout out and a thank you for helping us out with this, because he definitely made the process a lot quicker than if just us were doing it. One other thing I want to mention quickly, and I know someone's going to say this, is why are you not replacing the shocks and the struts? Why are you not replacing the whole suspension system? You're not supposed to do that, whatever. To that I have to say, I have had lowering springs, eBay lowering springs, mind you, that cost about half as much as these Maptun springs on this car for over 3 years now. And the rest of my suspension has not had any issues. So I think it's fair to say that just doing your springs, I mean, assuming the rest of your suspension system is not completely shot, is not really a bad thing or a cause for concern. Secondly, coilovers are kind of out of the budget or price range, so that's why we just went with lowering springs. But now let's get into the install. So as the car sits right now, she has a little bit more than 6 inches of clearance with the aero lip. And then if you come over here, you can fit a little bit more than 3 fingers between the wheel gap here. And in the back, you can fit just about 3. If I did that to you, I'd be in jail.
Yes.
I didn't know how hard you were gonna do that because I was looking over there, so it scared. So the springs that I got her for her car for her birthday, as she takes the wheels off, are Maptun springs. So we have our front and rears, of course. I mean, they're nothing special. They're supposed to lower the car 1.5 inches, or I think it's 35 millimeters. So this will be interesting to see. And of course you have your other set right here. So we're starting with the end links right here on the front. So we have a jack under the lower control arm to compress the spring.
This isn't ideal.
Break it loose.
This is going to push that lower control arm down pretty far.
Okay. 2.
Yep.
All right. Is that just like a sound insulation or something?
So it doesn't squeak.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to fit over this one. We'll see.
That's some insulation to prevent it from squeaking. We're putting on the Maptun spring. There's the old spring. Slide that on. Definitely shorter spring for sure. Got around there like a
couple more.
Okay.
Perfect.
You have a small one too?
Got to.
Wow, okay.
Wow. Wait, I can't
So
see.
one side is done, so we're gonna do the other front one now. I'm not gonna film it. It's honestly a fairly simple process, but I feel like I need to help him out a little bit now. So let's get to it. All right, now we're on to the back, which is super easy. Imagine not having a power tool for that bolt. It would take like a solid 5 minutes to take out.
I can already see how easy this is gonna be. Like,
Just stick my foot in here and step on it. There we go.
I thought I broke something.
You want to step on it again right here?
Good?
Yeah, you're good.
Cool.
that is so easy. What the heck? So I pushed it into a Taco Bell parking lot and I left it there for 3 days and then I towed it.
There's a comparison between the two.
All right.
Good.
You're good.
I love how like everything back there is really gross and then there's just like the new
Brand new
springs.
spring. Compress that thing. Oh god.
We're going really low now, friends. This is so cool to watch.
Side is done.
Also,
So now let's do the other side. The springs are all in. There's the front ones. You guys saw how easy the back ones were. Those are in as well. And we also did the rear brakes. So thanks to Richard for giving us a quick hand with that too, since he stayed around to hang out. So the car has new brakes all around as well in the last 24 hours, as well as lowering springs. We're also going to be putting different wheels on the car.
Later.
It's pretty low back there now. So, yeah. That's gonna take some getting used to. From an owner's perspective, I'm gonna,
Not the lowering springs.
no, I'm talking about the lowering springs. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm going to scrape that lip. That is gonna, I am not gonna, this is gonna take a lot to get used to, but that's okay. I have driven the Arc several times before, and it's at the same height as this car. Nothing like the Turbo X. The Turbo X is way lower. So, honestly, I'm really not that worried about it. It's just more of getting off these driveways. If you live in Arizona or any other state that's got the, like, sidewalk, it's gonna be really annoying. But
Any other state that's got the sidewalk?
the sidewalk on the drive, f off. I'm gonna just, I don't know how other states work, but I'm assuming it's the same. Okay, just leave me alone. Teens.
The 18s are bigger and they make it taller. They're, with how high profile these tires are, there's a little bit of a difference. These obviously will make it sit higher, but it's relatively the same to where overall the car is still sitting lower than it was before. So we still haven't really driven the car because we're about to put an ICM2 in it. But if you look at this, I don't know if I showed the rule earlier, but it's down to just about 5 inches of clearance, whereas before it was a little bit over 6, like maybe 6 1/4. So it's clearly gone down already about 1 1/4 inches, maybe a little bit more. So sitting more at where it's probably going to sit. Might not be fully there yet. I know before someone says spacers, just it's going to stay like this for now. But a little bit over 3 fingers before. I can't quite get 2 in there now. Maybe 1 straight in. And in the back, I can get 2. So this one probably hasn't settled yet. I mean, again, we haven't driven the car, so we'll see if that changes at all. Hey, under tray hangs down a little bit.
A little bit. I can see it from here.
So there you have it, guys. That is how you install lowering springs on a new generation Saab 9.3. If you're interested in seeing the video where I did them on this car, make sure to check out the link up here in the top corner. But besides that, it's a very old video, just warning you right now, it's pretty cringy and bad. I mean, these are still cringy and bad, but that one's even worse. But I do want to briefly talk about like differences in ride quality and stuff like that. So as you saw, we put the Turbo X wheels on the car. So automatically going from the 16-inch wheels she had to the 18-inch Turbo X wheels, ride quality is going to worsen a bit just because you have less rubber between the wheel and the road. So that is one thing to consider, but as a whole, I definitely think these Maptun springs ride a lot better than the eBay springs on this car. So if you're on a budget kind of like we are for this car, then I would definitely recommend probably Maptun springs. They're relatively reasonably priced. You can get them on Swedish Motorsports if you're in the US for about $175. So not too bad at all. While the ride quality has worsened, it's not absolutely terrible. I mean, it's still a nice riding car, you know, it doesn't ride like a, I don't know. It doesn't ride as rough as like the Turbo X does with its Maptun coilovers, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because this thing is lowered a lot and they're set very stiff because they're so low. But with that being said, I think that's all I've got for today. More videos to come on the Project Saab soon, so make sure to stay tuned for that, as well as paint, most likely, for the Project Saab, and very good chance I'll be painting this car as well. So, with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I'll see you all next time.